lose, I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you.
So I decided to tackle a project I've been wanting to do for a while, and that's adding a reefing system to our mainsail. For those that don't know what reefing is, reefing essentially is there's some eyelets on the sail that you would pull the sail down and run lines to make the sail smaller in heavy winds. Right now we just bring it down and run ties. Well, this system will make it where we actually have a few ropes coming up and through the eyelets, and then they'll run through a set of pulleys, and what that'll do is make it so we have one line per reef. We have 2 reefs that we can pull down to bring the main points down, and it'll make it a lot smoother in heavy weather instead of wrestling the sail down. Alright, so this is what we came up with. So it locks, it's just below the boom. So I'll have a line coming down right through here. Have them both marked, reef 1, 2, and then have our pull down. So, and then if I need to make storage or anything, I can just make storage right here. But yeah, and then that should be a nice shot. You can see these guys right here. They're pretty close to the track. So that should be a nice pull down. It'll go through and then have the pulleys on the other side. Bada boom, bada bang. So yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. So cute. Halfway there. Now I just gotta put the freaking rails on the other side, and then I gotta go get a whole bunch of line. All right, day 2 on my reefing system. So it's probably going to a day 3 too to get the lines. I'm gonna get the other 2 pulleys on today, and I won't really be able to show what I'm doing. So day 3, I'll get lines rigged up, and then I'll actually raise and try to reef it and see how it works. But yeah, sunny, beautiful here. Freaking got a little bit of wind coming, thank God. Yesterday it got really hot with literally no wind. So we got a little wind in here, so that's nice. Ran out of town, got some goodies. Actually got a spinnaker pole, probably do that in another video too. We didn't have our spinnaker pole, sorry, whisker pole. So that'll be nice for downwind. We didn't have anything before, and if we were dead downwind, we were always kind of jibing back and forth. You know, I couldn't go straight down, and through these, especially inland down where we're at now, there's a whole lot of like little channels where they basically the wind pumps right down, if you get wind, I should say. Sailing here sucks. So anywho, so we're here, got a nice breezy day to work, so I'm not dying. I'm gonna put 1 pulley here, and then I'll put the other 2 back there. All right, so that's up. That's kind of more of a close-up of what I was doing. You can see here, there's a slight gap between there, which is perfect. I want to get as close as I can. Ended up putting these, I would say they're washers, but they're actually leftover parts from our injection pump rebuild for the delivery valves. They are kind of a washer with a recess, so I over drilled the hole, so they kind of sat in because I didn't want to just throw some washers and have it get in deflection. So I actually put those in and kind of sunk sunk a section in there. It made it really sturdy. So yeah, this will be a dual. So both reef lines will come over, and then we'll have reef 1 and 2 go down, and then they'll go through here and up, because like I said, the reef lines on the front are in the exact same. Reef 1 and 2 are perfectly vertical from each other. These ones are shifted, so there'll be 2 separate pulleys out there. So yeah, that's one. My cheapy pulley, my cheapy clutch, pretty happy about that. So now I gotta get the back pulleys done, and then I gotta wait till next time at the freaking boat store and get some more line. So I got one up. This will be reef 1. I tied this dummy line up to kind of mimic what we're gonna do. And for anyone who actually is thinking about doing this, so see, I mounted this one low. Really strategically think about where you're putting these. So this is reef 2. So I put that one super low so I can put this one above it. And so when the line comes through, they're not interfering. So the idea would be for these 2 lines to run parallel all the way down to that block, where they're then gonna be in the same spot, right? Because it's a double block. But point being, if I would have went low with this one and high with this one, I would have had one of the lines going through the vertical section, right? So the vertical would have been all the way down here, line crossing, chafing, rubbing, and it just doesn't look as clean. So by running the rear one all the way down and over, got the L shape, haul this one down over, carry that L shape. I do have these mounts for my lazy jacks, so I'll probably go up a little higher, try to shoot over them. How am I going through them? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so I'll have this one going through, and that'll run pretty much right next to this one, but I don't want it to run exactly on that one. So I just want to get some context to what I'm doing. So yeah, if you're doing this, that's kind of just something to take note of. You can do it. It's not really rocket science doing this, but there is some things you can do that'll make it better. So that's one I definitely recommend, is make sure you watch where you're placing them.
You want me to pull it down?
All right, we're back down south in Everett, back at the dock. Seems like we're always in here, but no, we've been gone for almost a month, and now we're back down here. And we're working on today, just finishing our reefing system. So I gotta go get some freaking line for that, up, down, all that yada yada. And so we're here now. So I could walk up there, tell you would, but I'm gonna take this thing for a little spin. Why not? Spend the money on it, might as well use it. It's way more easy. I love that thing. Alright, we got our reefing line. I emptied both their spools, so I'm hoping this second one's big enough. If not, I'll use it for something else. And so, but I didn't record in there because I just feel super weird doing that. I don't know why, I just feel super weird walking around the store with the camera because people look at you weird. People look at me weird already, so I don't need to add to that. So anyways, I got in and out, and now take the ride back to the boat and get these things rigged up. All right, so this is what I came up with. I got some double braided 3/8. I got these D-rings here. I just tied a freaking knot for now. So they didn't have quite enough. I think I was conservative enough when I took my measurement that I may still be okay. So for now, I'm just gonna tie them to a D-ring. And then I figured if they're, I'm gonna rig it, and then if they're the right length, then I'll go back and I'll do a loop splice on it. But the whole thought behind that is those little mounts right there. You can kind of see them in there. Those little mounts right there, I screwed and embedded them on. So if I would have done a double, well, they actually did that on lazy jacks on here. If I would have done a double splice through it, I would have had to unbed it if I ever want to change the lines or pull the screws off. I don't really want to do that. They're all sealed in. It's not something I want to keep going with wood booms. So thought is I've got these mounted here, and then what I'll do is I'll put a small D-ring at the bottom, and then that will be the secure point, and then I'll double splice the line. So because I mean the lines can break and shit like that, and I don't want to have to make it a big thing. And I mean, you might know how to double splice around. It seems super complicated to me, so I usually just do the splice in, the loop splice I mean, and put it through. So that's how I do it. I mean, there might be a trick, I don't know. But so yeah, I'm just gonna load, I'm gonna put one on each, and then I'm gonna raise the sail, put them through it, and start running them through it. It'll make a little more sense what I'm doing. If you have seen it, you'll know right away. If you haven't, you'll see why I'm doing it and why it makes sense. All right, so I'll go one. My thought is I did color coded ones, thinking that it'll be more visible, and then we can see the difference clearly when we go to grab one, because they're gonna all come back to the same spot. So there's step one. Okay, and then now we're gonna lace them through the sail. Now we gotta find our second reef. We got the first one there. Here's two. Okay. So now we gotta go to this side. I'll move the boom over and I'll pull them through on this side, and then we'll run through that hardware that I installed previously in the video. So first reef end is gonna go through this pulley here. That's that one we installed. And then careful to keep the direction the same, because it still has to go up with these lines. Keep them clear. And see, that's got a nice little difference between the red and green. Should be easy to see. Okay, so if you can't see, so they'll be running down like this. They'll be a little more clear when I get these down. So all right, so I got these running to this pulley. I see it going back here, and so I'll probably put some holders or something to keep it up, because I ran these ones through my mounts for my lazy jacks, and so I may do more up there to kind of help. That kind of holds it in pretty good. And then I'm going to go over here, and then it's going to come down to the clutch block here. And I got a double, so one for each reef. All right, so you can see here, I don't know if you saw in the video with it, it was kind of hard to show. We were figuring out it's the first time reefing. I think that rope may be too short, so we'll see. I mean, we're talking, it was like an inch hanging out, and I didn't have the full stretch because we do have a little wind, as you can see, which is fighting me. So I think I'm gonna pick up some more rope just to be safe. But yeah, so far it's works out pretty good. I mean, we got both front and end. There's no tied off in the middle. But yeah, it sucked it down pretty good. Reduced our sail area. Stupid GoPro doesn't really show it well. But reduced our sail area, and we'll be able to do that in a pinch fairly quick without having to wrestle with throwing ties around, because this thing's manual as it gets. Let's see if I can get some better shots on the dock, because I have a dock. Yeah, you kind of see masses right up here. A lot smaller. Cuts the sail in a little bit. And then yeah, you can just see essentially the lines go through the whole grommets and they pull down there. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty excited about it. That's all I got. Obviously we're gonna fine tune this system. This is just like really the basic install. If anyone wanted to do this, you're gonna fine tune it to whatever way you want to do it, or sailing type, or yada yada. But that's basically it. We did a few pulleys, lines here. I'll mark these, but these are essentially 1, 2. See, I let that one go, everything relaxed. So put some cheap clutch block on there. Yeah, so far so good. So you know the drill. Let me know what you think in the comments if you have any questions. This is I've never messed with the system before too, so if you have comments regarding it, maybe help, whatever. I'm not no guru on this. I'm just trying to update or actually add a reefing system. There was no reefing system, it was just tying stuff up. So yeah, that's all I got so far. Yeah, I guess that's it. Bye.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and find